Hi, my name's Jack,
And I'm Katy.
and we have a wonderful son, Charlie, who is 6, and it's my third time being a parent, and I thought I knew everything, and I thought this was a breeze this third time, but not so much. He's a wonderful kid, very smart. He's very high strung, and frankly, we were struggling, Katie and I, on best strategies. We weren't on the same page. We were struggling between the two of us on how best to raise this crazy kid, Charlie. And fortunately, we were introduced to Tracy at Parenting Matters, and it's just been wonderful. She's come into our home. She's given us concrete advice, strategies on how to best handle Charlie.
When we first got married, we weren't planning to have any other kids. We knew that, Jack had to, and we weren't planning to have Charlie. So he came as an unexpected blessing to us, but we hadn't had a lot of the conversations that maybe typically people would have before going to into a marriage about children and having children and what parenting would look like. And so once we had Charlie, we really hadn't had that foundational conversation about how we would parent strategically together. That
Yeah, and
sounded
what her strategy was, how was she raised, what were her parents like, what were my parents like. There's a little bit of an age gap, so my parents might have raised me differently than her parents raised her, and so we, like Katie said, we hadn't had those conversations on, what does parenting look like for us with this new bundle of joy. So we weren't on the same page, and that led to a lot of problems, not just on helping Charlie, but our marriage. And with Tracy's help, she's come in, given us some strategies, some specific verbiage to use with Charlie, and we just so thankful that we were introduced to her
when
organization.
we had Charlie, about 2 years in, we started realizing that he had some challenges with eating. He didn't like to eat foods of specific textures. So getting him the nutrition that he needed has been a challenge. We also he has some. He's considered highly sensitive. He's a highly sensitive child who has some processing differences as well. And so, because he is highly sensitive and he is also very, very smart.
Yeah, but just like a lot of kids, he battles us over screen time, which
Mhm.
is, I'm sure many parents struggle with right now. And Tracy helped us in terms of consequences and sticking to your consequences. That was critical for us. He fights us like a lot of kids fight at night going to bed, and with her help, she's given us again some ideas and some thoughts, strategies on how to best get him to get to bed without fighting us every single night.
Yeah, and I think that the challenges that we encountered too caused us to sometimes we didn't see eye to eye on how to approach those challenges with Charlie and how to parent. And so that caused some separation between us as well, and caused some friction and some tension that really like wove its way into our family dynamics, and also affected Charlie. And so we were able to, with Parenting Matters and with the help of Tracy, we were able to get more on the same page, and we implemented things like having the same consequence, so that sometimes when we were really tense in moments of tantrums or meltdowns, we were able to come together and we already knew what the consequence would be if Charlie wasn't getting what he wanted, but he continued to try to push, push, push. We would be able to say, okay, we know that it's going to be that we're going to take away 10 minutes of screen time from his allotted screen time, right? So that was something that was just the currency at the time that we always knew going into any of, and it's still the currency that we go into any sort of battle that we might have, knowing, and he knows that as well. So that's really helped. That's just an example of one of the strategies that's really helped, and it's just allowed us to get on the same page. Now, we know that as Charlie continues to get older and continues to evolve, it's not always going to be screen time that will be that currency, and it's going to be something else. But I think the main point here was that we've learned now that we need to be on the same page, and we need to be a common front, so that Charlie sees that we are parenting together and he's not able to divide, which is something that we were kind of allowing to happen, and he was able to divide us in the past, and so having that combined front, what is the word
Mm-hmm.
that I'm looking for, that
Well, there was a point, frankly, where he felt he was the ruler of the household, and we've gotten him to understand that no, mom and dad are in charge, and part of that, a big part of that, was being on the same page, as Katy has mentioned. And I think also she was alluding to, it was affecting us. It was affecting our relationship. It was affecting our marriage, quite frankly, that we were struggling with raising this child, and we're glad that we reached out, and would encourage all parents to reach out if they need help.
yes, 100%. We would recommend Parenting Matters to other parents. Tracy has really been a godsend to us. She has been such a blessing. She is, I don't know where we would honestly be as a family. We wouldn't be where we are now, where Charlie's actually like, we enjoy our everyday life with as a family now. And she has really been able to like help us forge this new family dynamic where it's really like a great family.
Yeah, yeah, and
So
there,
we
there
have a
really
good
there
time
really
together.
can't be anything more important, at least in my opinion, than raising a child. And we, as in a society where you get help at your fingertips for your finances or your taxes or real estate, everybody should take advantage of programs like this and try to get the help if they need it for raising children. If you want to raise good, respectful kids out there, this is a wonderful resource.
And also to be able to develop that connection with your child, that will help you to parent not just now but also in the future as well. I think that it's just a wonderful resource. Also, Tracy's been able to point us in the direction of other resources that have also benefited us. So those combined have really helped us to be the parents that we want to be, so that we can raise a really healthy, happy child and a happy family.